Good morning. For today's video, I'm gonna do a demonstration teaching. Alright, so I hope that you're okay, you're safe because right now we are suffering from pandemic. So just stay at home. Alright, so now class, before we move on, let's gonna do first a review of what we had discussed last time. Okay, so anyone who can recall what we have discussed last time? Jocelyn? Yes, very good. Yesterday, we learned about the fiction and non-fiction. Alright, so let's find out. And what is meant by the word fiction? Um, Monet. Yes, your answer is correct. When a fiction refers to a literature in the form of prose, especially short stories and the novels, wherein it describes the imaginary event and the people. It is just an invented story, or we may call those as fabrication opposed to fact, or created by the imagination, our imaginative way of thinking. All right. So how about the nonfiction? Mary Grace. Yes. Okay. Yes, that is right. When I say nonfiction, it refers to our factual stories that are based on the real people and the real event. That is a non-fiction, or in short, it is true. Uh, it is the real that happened. So, for example, the history, the expository, the argumentative, and a documentary that we have watched on the television. That is an example of the non-fiction. All right. So, if there is no questions, there is no clarifications, let's move on now to our lesson for today. But before that, I have some sentences here, and I want you to observe what part of a speech, or it is parts of the speech, or maybe a figures of speech, or an idiomatic expressions. Okay, so there we go. All right, so we have here number one. Miss Beth's face is like a ray of sunshine. It brightens my day. Second one, because I was embarrassed, my face was as ripe tomato. Third one, the falling snowflakes are dancers. Fourth, the calm lake was a mirror. And the last one, light as feather. Alright, so now, come to think of it, is it, does sentences is a part of a speech? Is it uh, an idiomatic expression, or a figures of speech? Okay, because our topic today has a connection with these sentences. Anyone who can guess? Yes, Melissa. Uh-huh. Yes, your answer is correct. It's all about the figure of speech. Wow. I think you're alert. Okay, it is about the figures of speech. And now, in what part of figures of speech? Anyone? Mm-hmm. Who wants to try? Who wants to try? How about Ronaldin? Yes, it is what? A simile and metaphor. Right, very good. That's a brilliant answer. It is a simile in metaphor. And now, what is simile? Alright, so who can read? Anyone? Volunteer? Yes. When we say simile, it is a figure of speech that compares two different things using the words like or as. So we are comparing two unlike or different things. In comparison, we're going to use like or as. Okay, I have an example here. Number one, you were as brave as a lion. Okay, so as you notice, there is a comparison having made. And what are those? You and a lion. So, what simile that we use or that connects these two words? We use as. Yes. Okay, number two. Oh, my love's like a red, red rose. Right? So we have loves and rose. So we use like to compare the two different things, right? Okay, that is a simile. How about the other one? The metaphor. Alright, so one is a metaphor. It is a figure of speech which a word of praise is applied to an object or an action to which is not literally applicable, or maybe it is state something in another thing, or it is used in poetry literature to add some color of their language. Example: life is one long scary roller coaster. So what are the things that are being compared? We have our life compared to a roller coaster. But then we don't need to use like or as, not unlike the simile. Alright? Number two, conscience is a man's compass. So we have conscience and a compass. Right? So we don't need to use like or as in comparing. It is a direct comparison. We don't need to use like or as. Alright, so do you understand already about the metaphor and the simile? Alright, so let's go back to the sentences that I've showed you a while ago. Okay, number one. Miss Betty's face is like a ray of sunshine. It brightens my day. What kind of sentence is it? It is a simile. Why? Because we use like and um Miss Betty's Miss Betty's face, and of course it compares to what? The day, or the face in the day. Alright. Because I was embarrassed, my face was as ripe tomato. So there is what? A comparison being made. We have embarrassed and a tomato. Okay? Because I was embarrassed, my face was a ripe tomato. So a person, I, and tomato. Next, the falling snowflakes or dancers. So obviously we have the snowflakes and dancers. And this sentence is a metaphor. The fourth one, the calm lake was a mirror. So we have the lake and a mirror. So there is we don't need, we haven't used like or as, so this is a metaphor. Light as feather, so light and a feather, so this is a simile. Okay, we use as to compare. Alright, so do you understand already, class? Is there any questions? It's time for you to ask questions because later on, I'm going to call you one by one just to give or just to make a sentences or a sentence using simile and metaphor just to find out if do you understand our lesson today. Are there any questions, clarifications? Alright, so it's your turn now to make your own sentences using the simile and metaphor. I'm gonna give you a few minutes to do your sentence. Alright, very good. All of you um, can give your own sentences about the simile and metaphor. I think you understand yet. Alright, so now it's time for you to answer our exercises. What you're going to do is you're going to identify the following sentences, whether it is simile or metaphor. And of course, you're going to underline the things that being compared. Number one, my sister's memory is a camera. Two, the moon was ghostly galleon tossed up clouds. Six, three, she cried a river of tears after her father passed away. 4. The snow is a white blanket. 5. The righteous shall flourish the palm tree. 6. Sarah was the torch lighting the way for everyone who came after her. And 7, that is your calms are indispensable. 8, sea of grief. 9, the crocodile had teeth that were white tiger. 10, the clouds are fluffy cotton candy. Alright, so I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to answer these exercises. Alright, so please understand well, remember the simile and metaphor so that you will be able to get a high scores. Okay? Good luck. Are you all done? Are you still answering? Can you please raise your hand, those who are finished? Alright, so only few are still answering. So, okay, just go on. Alright, I think all of you are done. Okay, pass all your papers. And I hope you will get a high score. Alright, so as I've checked your papers, all of you get a high score. So with this, I congratulate you because you understand well our lesson today. So that means it's easy for you to understand because I think I explained well. So there's no reason that you're going to get a low scores, right? Again, congratulations because um, you win the day. Okay, you get a high scores. All right. So are there any questions? Questions, clarifications. All right. So if there's none, so this will be your assignment. Okay. So what you're gonna do is you're going to define what is personification, and of course you're going to make at least 5 sentences. And second one, what is hyperbole, and make at least 5 sentences also. Okay, so that would be our lesson for the next meeting. That is the continuation of the figure of speech. All right, so with this, again, congratulations and thank you so much for watching this video.